Battle Through the Heavens. Chapter 16. Hidden Strength Unseen in the Training Ground. Having cleansed his meridians and fully restored his Dou Qi, Xiaoyan's power now surges, promising rapid breakthroughs. Yet, as he re-enters the world, the true extent of his profound transformation remains unseen by those around him. Watch as Xiaoyan encounters familiar faces, their old perceptions clashing with the silent strength he now carries.
Xiao Mei and her companions froze as the young man approached. Their laughter died, fading to near silence. The pretty girls beside Xiao Mei stared, eyes wide, at the young man who was once their clan's pride. Their faces held an unreadable mix of pity and something else, something unspoken. Xiao Mei stood still, a knot tightening in her gut. Deep down, she often dreamed of pleasant chats with the young man she once admired. But reality bit hard. Their paths diverged too far. Wasting thoughts on a cripple was simply foolish. Her curved brows furrowed, then smoothed. A helpless sigh escaped her.
Just a quick greeting,
She thought.
He's still my cousin, after all.
Unaware of Xiao Mei's shame in him, Xiaoyan strolled forward, hands clasped behind his head, moving with lazy indifference. As he drew near, Xiao Mei's beautiful face stiffened into a forced smile. But the young man's actions caught her off guard. Her smile froze halfway, looking ridiculous. Xiaoyan, hands still behind his head, walked past, as if no one stood there. His gaze swept indifferently over the girls, betraying no hint of longing. Her red lips parted in surprise. Xiao Mei watched his back. Had her beauty ever suffered such neglect? A spark of anger flared. She couldn't help but call out.
Cousin Xiaoyan.
Xiaoyan paused, but didn't turn. His voice was flat, like a stranger speaking.
Something wrong?
The calm, unfamiliar tone stunned Xiao Mei. She hesitated, shaking her head.
No.
Xiaoyan raised a brow, then dismissed it with a shrug. He continued on his way. Xiao Mei watched his retreating figure vanish down the path. She stomped her foot in frustration, then walked on. After turning a corner, Xiaoyan looked up at the open door ahead. Above it, 3 massive characters, Dou Qi Training Hall, sprawled across a plaque like soaring dragons and dancing phoenixes. The shouts from inside surprised him. This place was usually empty. Why so lively today? He shrugged, casting aside the thought, and stepped inside. As he entered, a wave of cheers from young men and women washed over him. The training hall split into 2 sections. The eastern side housed the clan's Dou Qi techniques. The western side was a sizable training ground. Right now, many people crowded the training ground, eagerly watching 2 figures spar in the center.
Cousin Xiao Ning's Dao Qi feels so dense. He must be at the 8th stage of Dao Qi now.
Ha ha, Cousin Xiao Ning reached the 8th stage of Dao Qi 2 months ago.
Even if he's at 8 stages of Dou Qi, Cousin Xiao Sun Air is at 9. Looks like Cousin Xiao Ning can't win.
Go, Cousin Xiao Shunner.
The excited chatter stopped Xiaoyan in his tracks. His eyes scanned the center of the arena, settling with interest on a beautiful purple-clad young woman.
Why is this girl sparring today?
He mused. Xiaoyan moved to the eastern side of the training hall. He casually pulled out a black scroll and slowly unrolled it. Large golden characters appeared on the scroll. Earth Tier Midgrade, Shattering Rock Palm. Leaning against a bookshelf, Xiaoyan read the cultivation method for Shattering Rock Palm. His eyes flickered occasionally to the intense battle on the training ground. The spacious hall split into 2 worlds. The west boomed with noise, the east remained quiet and serene. Shunner's opponent was a young man, only 17 or 18, with handsome features, not unlike Zhao Liao. This young man, Xiao Ning, was the grandnephew of the Shao family's first elder. His talent wasn't bad. At 17, he'd already reached the 8th stage of Douqi. Only Shun'er surpassed him in the clan. Xiaoyan didn't have much impression of this cousin. Their occasional encounters were always stiff, formal greetings before they went their separate ways. Perhaps it was because his grandfather and Xiao Ning's father didn't get along. Xiaoyan also sensed that this cousin harbored no goodwill towards him. Coupled with his 3 years of decline, Xiao Ning hadn't bothered him much during that time. Xiaoyan offered a faint smile, shaking off the memories. He returned to studying the shattering rock palm scroll in his hands. On the training ground, Shun'er moved like a pale purple butterfly, gracefully and swiftly dodging Xiao Ning's attacks. Her delicate, refined face maintained a calm expression. Her hands casually parried each of Xiao Ning's close-range strikes. Shun'er's gaze drifted around the hall, then sharply fixed. Seeing the young man leaning against the bookshelf on the eastern side of the hall, a soft smile bloomed on Shun'er's gentle face. Her elegant smile, like a blossoming flower, momentarily stunned the nearby youths.
Cousin Shun'er, be careful.
Just as Swanner was slightly distracted, an urgent voice from the crowd broke through. Sensing the fierce energy slamming into her from behind, Swanner's brows barely twitched. Her eyes swept back towards the young man by the bookshelf. At the same moment, Xiao Yan looked up, seeing Swanner ambushed in the arena. He raised an eyebrow, shaking his head in resignation, his eyes showing a flicker of concern. Meeting Xiao Yan's reproachful and worried gaze, Swanner blinked her beautiful eyes with a faint smile. Then, her body suddenly shifted to the left with small, strange steps that somehow bypassed Xiao Ning's attack. As her foot moved, a faint golden light shimmered around Swanner's jade-like palm. Her strike, like threading through flowers and snatching leaves, pierced through Xiao Ning's blocked defenses and gently stopped before his chest. Her toe lightly tapped the stone floor. Swanner slowly spun, dissipating the shockwave. She watched Xiao Ning stumble back more than 10 steps, finally stepping out of the training ground. The training ground fell silent as Swanner defeated Xiao Ning with a single palm strike. Then a roar of cheers and applause erupted.
Ha ha, Cousin Shun'er truly lives up to her reputation as the best among the clan's younger generation. You grow stronger every day.
Though Shun'er had defeated him, Xiao Ning's expression remained warm. He approached, smiling gently.
Cousin Shun'er, you're too modest.
He looked at the beautiful, lotus-like young woman before him, admiration in his eyes almost impossible to conceal. Though they were cousins, Xiao Ning knew that most people in the clan weren't blood relatives. Xiao Shunar, in particular, shared no blood ties with him at all. As if oblivious to Xiao Ning's ardent gaze, Shunar politely yet distantly shook her head. She softly said,
Cousin Xiao Ning is too humble.
With that, she didn't wait for Xiao Ning to approach further. She smiled and walked towards the young man who was engrossed in his scroll on the eastern side of the hall. As the focal point of the hall, Shunar's actions naturally drew attention. Eyes followed her path, finally settling on the young man standing by the bookshelf. The young man, however, seemed deaf to the burning gazes from the training ground, still immersed in his own world.